Tonight we're at the Dendy Cinema in Circular Quay for the Sydney premiere of Continental, part of the Possible Worlds Film Festival. The festival takes place in Sydney annually, and it's a week-long showcase of the best independent films from the US and Canada. The story of the Continental Baths and of owner Steve Ostrow is told in Continental, a documentary directed by Malcolm Ingram. Continental is a warts-and-all production. It packs a lot of forgotten history into its 85 minutes. Steve Ostrow, Brooklyn-born and dreaming of a career as an opera singer, was married to a woman when he opened the Continental. The documentary sums up a lot of what you initiated back in the 70s.
It's got a lot of my life in it. Amazing for me at 82 to see all that on a big screen. Yes, but I did initiate the Continental Baths, and it was at a time when homosexuality was strictly illegal. Two men dancing together was illegal, and we had that changed.
New York in the 1960s and 70s was a very different place than it is today for gay men. The Continental Bathhouse was to become the keystone of a sexual revolution when, in February 1969, the New York City Police raided the Continental Baths. 22 patrons were arrested, charged with committing lewd and lascivious acts and criminal mischief. The Stonewall riots in June of 1969 put gay rights in the headlines of newspapers and televisions right across the US. One of the first occasions when gay and lesbian bar patrons stood up to police harassment.
We started this festival to introduce Australians to Canadian cinema. I saw Continental, I saw the world premiere at South by Southwest Film Festival in Austin, Texas back in March. Loved it, and to my surprise discovered that the subject of the film, Steve Ostrow, lived in Sydney. And so immediately after the screening, I went to Malcolm and said, we have to screen this in Sydney. It'd be fantastic to get Steve along. And he was, of course, very enthusiastic about the idea. So it's a really fascinating story. And he's a really fascinating man. And now in Sydney, he's doing tremendous work for mature age gays.
Mature age gays is for somewhere where mature age men over the age of 40, basically. We're now a bit too old to go around the usual venues, the bars and the clubs. But the guy who founded MAG was Steve Ostrow. There's a film about his Continental Baths on tonight as part of the American-Canadian Festival.
New York City's Continental Bathhouse was a place gay men went to meet when homosexuality was still illegal. But it is now much more famous as a night spot. The concept of the film itself I find quite exciting because it's that 1970s New York Roman baths feel which launched the careers of Bette Midler, Patti LaBelle, just to name a few. Who would have thought?
I know, Peter Allen, I think, as well. I'm not sure, but I'm really excited to see it. We did a partnership with the Festivalists for Seniors Week this year and this screening at the Possible Worlds Film Festival of Continental. And we're working with MAG, which is the Mature Age Gays group, founded by Steve Ostrow.
One gay publication from the 1970s described the Continental Baths as a place that revolutionised the bath scene in New York.
Steve Ostrow, who established the Continental Baths in New York City, is one of ACON's longest-serving staff members. He's been with us for 22 years, running our mature-aged gay men's project. Tonight's event is also a fundraiser for MAG, so we're delighted to be able to, work with the City of Sydney and the Festivalists to be able to present Continental and honour Steve, and also generate some much-needed support for our MAG project.
Continental will not only appeal to those of us who lived through the 1970s, but it also provides a fantastic insight to the younger generation who do come and see this film, as they'll recognise that it's a trailblazer for providing the freedom that we all enjoy today. I'm Stephen for Inside Out. Good night.